Let's take a look at the dashboard. At the top, you can see your booking revenue, statements, and invoices in the last 30 days. Next to that, you have your active owners and active rules. Below is a graphical representation of your monthly sales overview. Scrolling down, we can see a list of all your current bookings. Now let's take a look at your owners page. The first button you see at the top right is your rental approvals. When an owner creates a rental, it will be moved to an in-review status and would only become live if the property manager approves the rental from this view. Next to that, we have the owner approvals. When you click here, you can see a list of owners who signed up themselves, and you can either accept or reject. Next to that, we have your Add Owner button. Click there and you'll see a pop-up where you can fill in all the details for your new owner. Below, we have the search bar, which will allow you to search for any values in the table below. To the right, we have your Deactivate and Activate Selected Owner button. This allows property managers to deactivate and activate certain owners of their choosing. Keep in mind that only active owners will be part of the billing plan and reports. This also applies when you create statements or invoices. Let's go ahead and click into one of the owners below. First, you see your owner's details where you can edit some of their personal details and even change the password at the top. To the far right, you have a complete list of tabs where you can access instant information. Starting with rentals, bookings, payout rules, statements, invoices, payment gateway, owner notes, attachments, permissions, activity logs, settings, or you can delete the owner details here. One important thing to mention is your permissions tab. Here you can grant certain permissions as to what you will allow your owners to see or not see. At the bottom right, you can even enable or disable your owner's login. Let's move on to statements. Your statements are what you send to your owners, letting them know how much they will be making per rental per month. The first button on the right is your automatic statements. Clicking here, you can see a list of automatic statements that are sent out. Next to that is the Add Statement button where you can create a new statement. Let's have a look. Looking into the Add Statement feature, you can see the mandatory fields that you will need to fill out to complete a statement. Next is the Revenue Recognition method. Here you can choose which data you want to populate in your statement or invoice. You can also select Revenue Recognition method and then choose the duration for which time period you want to fetch bookings data. Let's take a deeper look into one of your owner statements. Here you can see your statement details. A cool feature is being able to add line item by clicking the Add Line Item button here. Similarly, you can add expenses by clicking the Add Expense button for any statement. Let's move on to your invoices. Owner invoices are invoices that you will send to your owners, letting them know how much they owe you. The first button here is your automatic invoices, where you can view and organize your automatic invoices. Let's have a look. You can see the example of our automatic invoices. You can also see when the invoices were last sent out. Up at the top right is where you can create a new automatic invoice. Over here at the far right is the Add Invoice button, where you can easily add new standard invoices for your owners. Let's go ahead and take a deeper look at one of our invoices. Looking at the invoice, you can see the invoice details here. Below that, you can see your Add Line Item button and Add Expense button. Expenses can be added to the invoices from a detailed view. Only expenses associated to the rental selected in the line item of selected invoice will appear on the Add Expense pop-up. Let's move on to payouts. A payout rule instructs Toki to calculate a specific payout or a payable amount for each booking in an owner statement or invoice. Payout rules automatically apply to bookings that match a specific rule restriction you have created. Clicking on the top right corner allows you to create a new payout rule using the Add Payout Rule button. Let's move on to expenses. Expenses are a way of helping you track any costs that arise over the course of managing your vacation property, and may be costs that need to be repaid by your property owners. All TV3 related expenses will populate here. You can add new expenses using the Add Expense button at the top. Let's move on to your portal. Your portal allows you to enter a subdomain for your portal. This domain will be used by your owners when logging into Owner Center Portal. The portal allows you to send instructions to your owners, as well as the ability to view their portal's page to ensure they are seeing the correct information. First, you'll want to enter a subdomain for your portal. This domain will be used by your owners when logging into their Owner Center Portal. You should send this domain to your owners with login instructions. Next, you'll want to add your custom domain here. To the right is your logo. You can choose to add and update any logo you desire, and that logo will be reflected in the owner's view as well. Moving on to rules. Payment rules allow you to specify which gateway to use for which channel or rental. For example, you can select your Stripe gateway to be used for rental A and your PayPal gateway to be used for rental B. Let's take a look at profit and loss. The profit and loss report allows you as a property manager to see your revenue, expense, and net revenue. You can even download the information as PDF, CSV, or Excel. Now let's move on to your account info and automations. In automations, you can edit and manage your existing automations, as well as create new automations here at the top right. Next, your templates. Here you can edit your existing templates or even create new templates at the top right. Finally, your billing info section. This is where you can get a quick overview of your subscription so you can see what you're paying for. And that's it. With the all-new Owner Center, you can handle a multitude of tasks without all the hassles or headaches. Thank you again for choosing Owner Center.